All right. Hello. Good morning. Is this thing on okay? You see me okay? Um, that's probably too low. Couple thoughts. So, hope everybody had a good 4th of July. It was a good 4th of July for me for sure. Couple thoughts on. Um, I used to officiate a lot of weddings, and I can't tell you how many weddings I've either officiated before and after I was married, or how many weddings I've sat in as a groomsman or a best man. Now, this was a long time ago. Um, I say this half jokingly, and maybe I've said it on here before as well, but back when I was a good person, um, I used to work at a church. I worked at a church for a long time. I worked at a few churches, um, even internationally, actually. And I mean, the church was everything to me back then. And I'm hoping to, at some point, um, for that to be the case again. I love the church I'm a part of now. And I say this kind of half joking again, but I was a better Christian when I was a Protestant. I was a better Christian when I was a Protestant. I think that's accurate, you know. But neither here nor there. I have been asked to either officiate or stand in on many wedding occasions, and some of those marriages are still going. Most are not, but some of them are. They were Christians, they were non-Christians, um, but in the community that I used to live in, the town I used to live in that area, um, I think because of my role in the church and such, I got a lot of asks, and I had good friends, and good, you know, um, I was in good standings in my community, let's say, and so people would ask me to officiate for them, or be a best man or a groomsman of some kind, and so I was around a lot of weddings, and um, I've always, even now, I think that marriage is the answer. I think long term um, couples that figure things out and have kids and raise their families together, I still think it's the answer. um, Being out here, as it were, as a single person, um, if you're married and you think you want to be single because you can't stand your relationship or whatever, you don't. You don't. You think it's going to be better somewhere else. It's not. It's really not. Um, but I think the good thing is, and I was going to share a story about um, the last wedding that I officiated. Um, and I think I'll share that another time. Um, I think we all know that marriage is the only way forward. Now, if you're online a lot like I am, and you're listening to all these, whatever you'd say, self-help coaches and stuff, and they're all talking about being single, how to have your best single life, and all this, I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that's accurate. I think it's good. I think it's purposeful, but you can also have purposeful singleness, purposeful singlehood. A lot of us, the world is trending single. The Western world is trending single, and you can have a very selfish time of being single, which I understand. I totally understand it. I understand why absolute selfishness and hedonism is such a pull for all of us, married or not. But you can also have a very meaningful singlehood and of being single. And I think for myself, my meaning revolves around my child. My meaning revolves around my child, which I think is good. I get a good opportunity to show up for my child and be there for him, um, even as a single parent. Probably especially because I'm a single parent. But I think a lot of this talk about guys getting older, like myself, and getting older and being single, and the self-help and stuff like that, it's not bad. I think it's a good thing, but it really leaves out a meaningful singlehood. I think the good news is, even though marriage has fallen off a cliff, the reproduction rate's falling off a cliff. This is the good thing. I think this is true. If not, we're all screwed anyway. I think the divorce laws are going to change. I think they're changing. I think that enough people are putting eyes on it now, that legislation is happening, and the divorce laws will be changed, which will incentivize and encourage people to come back together. I think many at least coming back to the table, because divorce laws are going to be changed. And I think in the future, I probably won't see the benefit of that, but my child can. And so I think I'm hoping that rates of marriages going forward are going to increase. And that's because the divorce laws are changing. And I think that in 10 years' time, things will be at least better than they are now for people getting married. And I think that will encourage people to get married. But I think a lot of this stuff in the single male spaces is cope. I think many men do want to be married. I mean, we don't want to put up with the BS. We don't want to put up with the drama for sure. But nevertheless, we want to find a good woman and we want to get married. And try again. Oh, my chickens. And I think that's good. What are my chickens doing? What are you doing, girls? Anyway, I am going to come back though and share a story about the last couple that I married. And it was really eye-opening. And then looking back on it now, I was seeing something that I didn't know what I was seeing until it happened to me. That was the last wedding I did, and they only made it 2 years. And it was this awful divorce. And I won't share any specifics, but I will share a little bit about it. And looking back on it, I mean, this has been going on for a long time. But the role of feminism, the role of wokeness, that played a part in that divorce, for sure. But that was just on the cusp of, because it wasn't, all things considered, it wasn't that long ago. And so we were just having the language start to come out about wokeness and things like that, and why that played a role, I think, in that divorce, and why their divorce happened so quickly. Because I think it's fascinating. Once you put the pieces together, you know what you're looking at. But again, marriage is a holy thing. It's a holy sacrament, and it's the only thing that's going to save the West. Good people finding each other, coming together, mixing their lives together, and having kids together. That really is the only thing that saves the West. That's it. And may God have mercy on all of us sinners here. Hope everybody has a good day.